Hello everyone, welcome back to the nursery. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Vicki. Guys, we're continuing on with our darker colored baby. On we go, guys. Now, I told you guys when we first started this, these darker babies are a long process, and guys, they really are. We're not done, you know. And if I was going darker with her, I really wouldn't be done. You have to put many layers on these babies. But for those of you that are still with me, I appreciate it. It just takes a while to get all these layers on, and you just have to be patient and work your layers, and I promise you, you're going to come out with a beautiful baby if you'll do that. Okay, guys, now tonight, yeah, if you remember last lesson, as I was putting on my veins, you can see them there. They're real light, but you can still see them. Real light. Okay, now tonight we're going to do this pretty easy one. It's just a wash we're going to put on tonight, and it's a warming wash. We're going to warm her up just a little bit, if I can find my measuring spoon. There we go. Half tablespoon, like always. I use mineral spirits, but feel free to use thinners if you like. A lot of people get the Mona Lisa thinner. Half a tablespoon of that. And for our warming wash, we're going to use, it's called Magneto 02. And this is the color. It's kind of a purpley pink, real pretty color. It's Magneto 02. And then we're going to use just a touch of Genesis Yellow. These are all heat set paints, guys, that I use. So, okay, and on this one, we are going to use a brush of the Magneto, which is this color here. Can you see? It's kind of like a purpley, pinkish, real pretty color. Purpley pink in a way, or yeah. We're going to do one brush of that on both sides. My brush, remember my brush. If you watch my other ones, you'll remember. I just coat it on both sides. We don't want it gunked up at the top real thick. Make sure you get all that, scrape that off, because it will go up on the top if you brush pretty thick up there. Just kind of scrape it off a little bit there where it's not too thick. It's a little bit extra up there. It won't hurt anything. But there it is. And I'm going to put that in there. And it's a pretty bright, just pretty bright pink, guys. Pinky purple color. Pretty, what would you call it? Vibrant. That's what I'd call it. See how it looks? Pretty vibrant. Now we're going to use, now on this, we just use a touch of the, guys, this yellow. You just want a touch of it. You don't want much, just a touch. So when I say a touch, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to put it right on the end of my brush. See that? And that's all that yellow you're going to want, because yellow can be pretty strong. And I'll show you what color we come out with. It's kind of a reddish color. And see that color? It's pretty bright. Now I'm going to test it on this doll, and I hope that's not too strong. We're going to try it and see. And if it is, like I say, before I bake, no problem. All I got to do is take the thinners or mineral spirits, take it off, and, you know, put it right back on before I bake. That's the key. Don't bake till you're happy. You've heard me say that so many times, right, guys? I'm sorry about repeating myself on all this stuff a lot, but I want to make sure that you understand. Don't forget your gloves. You're going to want to, let me see here, guys, if I can, hold on just for a second and see if I can pull this back in. I'm sorry, guys. No, it's not going to work that way. Maybe it will work that way. Let's see how we got it there. Maybe that's good. Sorry about that, guys. All right, maybe we can see. I need to prop the front of it a little bit up more, I guess. All right, here we go. We're going to test it out. I'll be the guinea pig. Test it out on mine first. We'll see how that looks. I think this will be pretty good. Not real sure, but we will see, because it's going on this dark colored paint. So, now, if you was doing a Caucasian baby, you probably wouldn't want it that pink. But since it's going on a darker baby, I don't think it will hurt a thing. So, what we always do, guys, we put it on, right? We pounce it off. And kind of do it that way, pouncing it. Take some of it off. And I'll come over and dab my sponge. Just make sure you've got it pretty good pounced like that. Just all around. Go over it and over it and over it until you're happy. Then we're going to take our big old brush, if I can find mine. What did I do with mine, guys? Oh, there it is. Sorry. That's the brush I've used through the whole thing. Guys, I told you before, I'll repeat it again. Some of you may have not have seen that one. I got these brushes at Walmart, and they've really come in handy. They've been really pretty good for painting these darker colored babies. And I'll get all that out. Then I'll go through and I'll kind of do that. And then I'll come back in with my sponge again. I'll clean it off a little bit more over here on the paper towel. And then I'll just keep dabbing around and around and around until I'm happy. And this is just a little bit of a warming wash, guys. It just warms her up a little bit. Gives her a little bit of a warmer color. Really can't tell much of a difference, but it does. I mean, just looking at it, you probably can't, but it does help warm her up just a little. Now, guys, I told you this last time before you went on to do your veins, there was a darker mix that I gave you there. I don't know how many of you done that darker mix. But after this layer, this warming layer, I told you to do your darker mix. And then I said, come back in and do this, the veinings, and then veining. And then you would come back in and do this one if you done that darker one. Now, after this wash, there is another darker layer. If you choose, you can go on darker. I'm not going to. I told you that is a dark I'm going to do mine. I'm not going any darker with mine. Because I want mine like a biracial instead of a AA baby. Or maybe even like I guess she could be considered a darker, a darker biracial. Because but now you can go down as dark as, if you want, as ebony. Just a really dark blackish like color, like ebony. Which is beautiful. But it's just, I'm not wanting that for this particular baby. One day I'm going to do an ebony baby. And I'm going to do just a really dark. I'll let you see that one day when I get another kit. But I think the mama that was wanting this baby was more wanting hers a biracial. So that's the reason I'm holding back on doing her super dark. You know. Oh, don't put that on the mouth. I will show you other thing though. When I get through with this, but just don't put it over the whole mouth. Don't put it over the whole mouth, guys. Just try to keep it off that mouth for now. And I'll show you when I get through here what I'm talking about. Yeah, this just gives her, brightens her up just a little bit, because she was getting like it was more of a dull dark color she was getting with all those darker colors. So we'll brighten her up just a tad with a little bit of a warming wash. Warm her up a little, let her brighten her up some. Just a little bit. Now, the mama of this baby wanted like a biracial. Now, she may be by the time I get through with her, she may be on a little bit of a darker biracial. You know, guys, biracial can be any color from a real light to a pretty dark, you know. So, you know, but now, to go on from there and do like a really dark baby, like an ebony baby, you, of course, will have to add more layers. But I'm not going to do it on mine. But I will give you the mixes as we go, guys. Just like I did the other one. How I mix. I got all my notes wrote down. Of babies that I've made. And I've kind of like, I hate to say practice on, but like other babies that I've done. And when I got a color that I liked, I jotted it down. So I do have all my notes on these babies. About like the color, what I like. I've even got a brown that I mixed myself in a little tub over there. And when I want just a brownish, like pretty brownish, yellowy brownish, you know what I'm talking about? That yellowy, beautiful yellowy brown. I've got a mix over there in a little tub that I mix up. And just if I want, you know, I don't want to do all these steps of these different colors, bringing it down, darker like that. I will, I use my little tub if I want just a little bit of a brown color on them. A little darker than a Caucasian, not as white, not as pale, you know. Bring some of that color out. I'll use it. And, yeah, I do that myself, too. It's a mixture that I done myself. So, made that myself. And it's something I really like. It's pretty. Okay. Now, on this, I told you not on the mouth. But I will tell you one thing we're going to do. We're going to take that on another little tiny, just a little tiny brush. And we're going to do some of that just on the bottom lip. Put a layer on the bottom lip. Not on the tongue. Or not on the top. This is just go on the bottom. Maybe you can see that. I'm going to go ahead and get some of this more reddish. up on the sides, you know, where it kind of leaves up like you can swirl it around and it'll leave the residue like we was doing the other day, tilted up. Pretty, it's a little thicker that way. That's what I'm going to do on this. Just do the bottom lip. Don't do the top or the tongue, just the bottom lip. This just gives that bottom lip a little bit more color than the top and the tongue. She's going to be beautiful when we get her done, guys. She's already looking great. That warming wash, it just brought her skin tone out beautifully. It was more of a dull looking black a minute ago. Or, well, maybe not a black, but a dark brown. But it was dull. You know what I'm saying? And this has just brought it out beautifully. That warming wash did. To where it looks so nice. Look at that. Don't that look so nice, guys? But put that on just your bottom lip only. Can you see the difference? Okay? Yeah. On this particular coat. This is an easy one, guys, tonight. This is easy. An easy one. So I'll set that aside. Now we're going to do the feet. Now you can put this on the bottoms of the feet and everywhere. So just go ahead and coat the entire vinyl. But then when you get through pouncing it out and everything, come back and put another layer of this on the bottoms of your feet. When you're through pouncing, I'll show you how to do that. We'll put an extra layer on the bottom of feet. Okay? Of this. Just go ahead and put it on there. It's okay to get it on there. And then when we come back and when we get this foot through and let that dry, let it dry. We'll do this first and then do the leg and let that dry. Then we'll come back and just on the bottoms of the feet, we'll put another layer of this. This is just bringing some of the pretty pink tones out, guys. That's what it's doing. In the color, it's bringing a little bit of the pink tones. You'll see it start coming together as we go. You're going to see the difference of all these little layers. You're probably thinking now, well, this don't do nothing. But it does really, guys. It really does. And later on, you'll start seeing these little different, layers coming out on them. On your baby. Different colors of layers and stuff. And I'll go back over that like that. That looks great. See, look at the difference, how much that looks here, and then look at that. See the difference in the color? It's just barely there, guys. It's just a hint of color. And it just really brings it out so pretty. It's not that dull looking color. You know, like I say now, look this compared to this, in other words. Look at that. See the difference? This is more of a dull looking color, but when you put this on here, you get that beautiful tone that just kind of pops out. Or I think it does anyway. I just tend to see all these different colors, guys. And a lot of people look at it and they say, well, I can't really tell much of a difference. And, but I sure can. And as you go, you're going to see these different little hues of color that's going to come out. Because we will do like a mottling on her. And bring it out even more. We do a beautiful shading. That it just really stands the whole kit out to me. I think that shading, when we get to the shading, we will shade around the eyes and on the knuckles of the hands, on the elbows, on the knees. We'll do a darker shading than this. It'll be darker than this. And we'll just keep putting on there till we get the dark shade we want. As far as the dark shade goes, we'll put a layer on. And if it don't look dark enough, we'll go back and we'll put another layer on. Until we get that beautiful dark shade around the eyes and on the knuckles, the elbows, and especially around the eyes. I think it makes it so beautiful. It makes a world of difference in the baby, to me. Yeah, I see all these different little things, guys, and other people say, that ain't that much, but to me, it just really pops out to me. Just a little hint of something. Maybe nothing much, but a lot of times I'll be painting and it's just, be just a little bitty hint of a different color or something. It just pops out, you know what I mean? It makes it pop out. But a lot of people don't see it that way, so. But I do. Every little color adds another little dimension to the paint. And it's just a slight change of color. But that's how you have to do the dark ones. You have to bring them down slowly. I mean, in that color, get them darker, darker, darker. Bring that color down, down, down. little layer at a time. And yes, it is time consuming. That's the reason why these dolls cost so much, guys. These AA babies. It takes hours and hours and hours and hours of painting on these dolls. Now, this is dried by the time I got to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go lightly one more time over the bottom of that foot. Because we want to see we're pinkening up the bottom of that foot. And when we get to the final result on the foot, ooh, it's going to be pretty. It's like a beautiful pinkish like on the feet. It's not red. It's a pink. And it's gorgeous, I think, on those feet. They look really good. And guys, this has been learned from lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of hours of practice and doing different babies and experimenting with colors and looking at pictures and some tutorials from other people that I've added into, you know, and just different things like that. Okay, that one's done. And now we are going to do an arm for you. I'll do this one. And we'll coat the whole thing all over like we did the foot. And then we'll come back and pink up the inside of the hand one more layer on that. And I'm going to look at her bottom lip and see how much color. I may put another little color layer on that. Maybe. We'll see when I get through how it looks. Just on the bottom lip, you know. There, we put on the bottom lip. I might put another little layer on that. We'll see when I get through. We'll just take some of this off before I put it on like a wash. Just kind of take some off. And then we're going to take our brush like usual. We're going to get it out of the creases first thing. Out of the wrinkles, out of the creases, out from between the fingers. Just like that. Get it dabbed out. Then we're going to come back over it with sponge. Go back over it again. Make sure there are no brush strokes. And not a place that we've missed or anything. I see right in here right now. Got that there. Well, which it won't matter. I'm going to get that next. Okay, that looks good. Make sure I haven't got any more left in there. And then we're going to do the arm, just like we always do. Come up. I'll just go ahead and paint this arm since I've got it's a smaller arm. I could do it all before it dries. As long as you can get it done before it pounced out before it dries, guys, is the thing. That's the reason I section it out a lot of times, but this little arm's so small that I can do it all at once. And it don't dry on me. So I'll just go ahead and paint the whole thing on that. And then go over it with your sponge. Dry some of that off. Clean it if you have to once in a while over on your paper towel. Like dab it, you know. Dab it off like that. And then you're going to come back and clean up some more. Then we'll take our blending brush, my big old brush. We'll come back and we'll clean all these creases up. First thing, wrinkles. Make sure all the wrinkles, creases, everything like that. There's no puddles. And we're going to come back in. And there's that some in that. See there? See there? If I hadn't looked, guys, that would have been in that crease. Which it wouldn't have mattered much because we'll do creasing anyways. But still, I'll just go ahead and take it out. Okay. And there's the arm and the leg. Now, guys, I'll let you continue on with your other arm and leg. As usual, we're going to put it in a 265-degree oven or number 6 on a new wave for 8 minutes and set that paint. Set that paint. And then we'll come back and we'll do another layer. Now, as I said, on the next layer, if you choose to, you can go darker. If you want to go down to ebony, I can certainly give you the mixes, but I'm not going to, but you can. Now, see how I'm going to put just one more layer of this on that bottom lip to bring it out a little more, just on the bottom. I want to bring it out just a little more, a little pinker. See? That's all I'm going to do on that head. Okay, guys, I'm going to go on and I'm going to finish out my limbs. I've only got a leg and an arm to do. And one more leg and one more arm. And I will get mine into a 265-degree oven. Well, I'll put in my new wave, which is number 6. Okay, guys, it's a simple lesson today. Pretty easy, not too bad. And, yeah, I'll see you in a few days on the next layer. We will continue on with this biracial, dark biracial, or light AA baby. Yeah, so everybody tune back in, and let's get another layer of it done. And, yeah, won't be too much longer, I think, guys. We'll be starting on our details on it. You know, we're just now getting the skin tones and the veins and stuff like that. But then we'll start on the details. That's the fine detail work, like the shading, the fingernails, the toenails, the lips, the eyebrows. That stuff we'll start doing our detailing. So, okay, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Tell a friend. We're doing a painting series here. Ask them if they'd like to come and join in with us. I'd sure appreciate it. Ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, please, if you're not already. Please subscribe to my channel. And ring that notification bell. And also, hit the thumbs up so it'll help push my videos on out. And I'd really appreciate that, guys. So, yeah, I'll see you in a few days on the next lesson. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.